It is?
Yeah,
All right.
you're good to go.
All right.
So who are you?
My name's Daniel Hogg. I'm the fire sergeant here at Chestnut Ridge Volunteer Fire Company.
What is a fire sergeant?
The fire sergeant is one of the line officers in charge of the fire side of our operations.
Is that like where in line with the captain?
Yes, sir. So we have the sergeants are at the, I guess, bottom of the totem pole, and then we have our lieutenants, and then we have our captain. And we have fire sergeants and EMS sergeants, and then we have fire lieutenants and EMS lieutenants, and then our captain oversees all of our officers.
That's great. Could you show us your truck?
So this is engine 501. This is our first line engine that goes out the door on most suppression calls. It is a 2006 American LaFrance. It holds 1,000 gallons of water in a tank in the back, and it carries a whole assortment of tools and hose. So if you want to look in the first compartment here, we have a lot of our tools. We have our axes and our hooks, as well as bolt cutters, pry bar, and a Halligan bar.
What do you do with all that stuff? What's it used for?
So we like to use our different tools. Different tools have different jobs. Our Halligan bar is one of the most versatile tools that we have. You can see that it has multiple different points on it. You have a spike here, a pry here, and then on the other end is the pitch. And you can use it to force doors, to break windows, to break down walls. It's very versatile, and it's very good at what it does.
Awesome. What's some of the other stuff you have?
So also in here we have one of our many axes that we carry on the fire engine. This is just a standard flathead axe. It doesn't have the pick on the back of it. This goes well with our Halligan bar as a bit of a striking tool. So if we need to force a door, if we need to cut a hole in a roof and we don't have access to a powered saw, we can use the axe. So yeah.
Very, very cool. What else do you have?
So moving on to the next compartment, we have a few of our saws. We have our K12 fire rescue saw. It's a big circular saw. It's good at cutting most anything. This blade is a diamond carbide tip that will cut through metal, concrete, wood, anything you need it to cut through. This is the all-purpose blade.
And you have a chainsaw as well?
Yes, sir. So this is our what we call a roofing saw. It's a bit different than a chainsaw. As you can see, it has this shield on it in the guide. It allows you to measure the depth of the blade that you're going to be cutting with, so that when you're cutting on a roof, cutting a hole in a roof to ventilate the fire, you don't go too deep and cut the studs in the roof. You only get the shingles and the plywood, so you can open up the roof for the smoke to come out.
Very, very cool. Thank you for sharing.
And then the last saw that we carry on here is our reciprocating saw, or sawzall, however people want to call it. And this can get used to cut drywall, wood. Windshields is mainly what it gets used for on rescues when people are trapped in a car. Moving further down, we have this compartment. This is where, this open space here is where the driver's gear goes, so that he doesn't have to worry about it in the engine. So he'll throw his gear right in here. And behind that, we have our key ring, which has all different types of keys on it. We have elevator keys, we have a shove knife, which it can be used to get through doors. And we have various different keys so that we can open most any lock that we come into contact with.
So are elevator keys universal?
Yes, they are. Most of them are universal for the type of, like, the manufacturer of the elevator. It all depends on the elevator that you encounter. So, and here we have our refrigerator stocked with water and Gatorade, so that when you are on a prolonged incident or it's very hot out, you can come and grab some refreshments so that you don't get too dehydrated and too tired.
Awesome.
Here we have some of our wrenches that we use. We have our hydrant wrench. This is used to open any fire hydrant that you come into contact with. You put it on the top and turn to open it. And here you have what are called spanner wrenches. You use these to couple and uncouple hose. They fit over large sections of hose that are sitting on the back, or on smaller sections. So we have a small spanner wrench for small sections of hose and a large spanner wrench for large diameter sections of hose.
Super cool. So when you're not fighting fires, what's it like? What's it like being a firefighter when you're not fighting fires?
So when we're not fighting fires, we since it is a volunteer company, we don't have set shifts for the fire side. So if we get a fire call and people are here, then we'll go. If not, the people that are here will wait. And we have a lot of our members that live close by or work close by and are able to come up so that we can quickly get the piece out the door. We like to hang out, train. We do a lot of training, whether it's put together in advance like tonight, or just impromptu training. If we have a crew here and someone comes up with an idea, then we can take the engine out to go do some cool training.
Very cool. Can you show us the rest of the
Sure. So this is our pump panel. You got a lot of gauges, you got a lot of buttons and switches and lights on here. So this is how you get water from the tank to any of the various discharges or intakes on the fire engine. So we have discharges for the top, the back, the front, all over the place. We have hose on this fire engine.
Very cool.
Moving further up, this is the back door for the cab. And up inside the cab is where the crew sits when we go out on a fire call. So as you can see, there are a lot of different seats in here. And some of them have air packs in the back, and some of them do not. We like to keep the air pack in the back so that when you're sitting, you can easily grab onto it and throw it over your shoulders like a backpack. Also, we have some tools in here, like our hooks. We have another axe and another Halligan bar. And we have our radios. So the people in the crew in the back has a radio so that we can talk to each other when we're operating on an incident. We have gloves, and we have flashlights, and we have things underneath. We have headsets that look like this, so that when we're going down the road and the siren's blaring and it's very loud, you can hear each other over the headset. Going around to the officer's side, this is where the officer sits. He has his own seat here with a map book holder and a light and various different things, traffic vests, the radio. Now the officer is in charge of the crew, so he calls all the shots. He's the one who talks on the radio to dispatch, and during a call, this is his piece. Moving to the front, we have the siren right there in the front, some lights, and our bumper discharge. So here we have a short section of hose with a nozzle on it, so that if we get a car fire or a trash fire, we can easily pull that out and extinguish the fire rather than pulling a longer section of hose off. Coming over to the driver's seat, this is where the driver sits. He has, you know, all the different controls, all the gauges that you would find in a normal car. They're just a lot bigger and for a bigger piece of equipment.